Hey guys, just got back from the dog park. Wanted to talk about non-specific low back pain and how that manifests. So over 80% of us, you included probably, might end up with an episode of low back pain, meaning like your back spasms, you find it hard to bend over. We had a friend with this situation this morning. I want to talk about the common way that is dealt with is you go to a general practitioner. Sorry, my hands are dirty again, dog park. You go and you get an x-ray, an MRI. Maybe you go to your general practitioner. Maybe he refers you to an orthopedist, an orthopedic surgeon. Eventually, maybe you get to physical therapy. That's kind of my point here is save all those steps because it shouldn't change much of what is going on, all right? I think you need to find a practitioner who deals with low back pain a lot, something I do a lot, and is able to speak to not just the short-term getting your symptoms improved, but also the long-term of what actually might have caused it and what might help improve it now, later, and make sure it doesn't come back ever again. And a lot of times, again, this is simply a matter of something going on. When we say non-specific low back pain, that's the diagnosis you get. We all want to know, is it my pinched nerve? Is it my disc? Did my disc slip? All these common questions. And I have to say, again, the reason after x-rays, MRIs, everything, more often than not, it's non-specific low back pain, that term, that diagnosis, or low back pain disorder, something very generic to say, we don't know exactly what caused this. And at the end of the day, then we don't know how to treat it. We're going to give you something to deal with your pain, to block your pain, but we don't know how to fix it. And again, if we do an MRI and it shows a little bit of a disc herniation or a bulge, again, a slip disc is kind of a debatable thing if it even exists or is a real thing. But, you know, we can go down the science rabbit hole on that. Anyway, coming back to it, I want to say, again, demand better. Shout out to my buddy David Corona, and we want to demand better from the whole system of dealing with low back pain. So what I recommend is finding somebody who understands the basic concepts, and they may not even use this terminology. I don't really use this term. I talk about it. I probably should put it on my website and things like that. But McKenzie-based diagnostic movement assessment, meaning very simply is if you go forward and try to touch your toes, does that hurt? Is it same, better, worse? If you lean back, is that same, better, worse? A lot of times in these situations, one of those two will be worse, the other one will be better. And the really simple explanation or an oversimplification is the one that makes it feel better, do that a whole bunch. And again, the not really super scientific, but also kind of best way to explain it is we are putting the jelly back in the donut, the jelly of the disc, of the herniated disc. So bottom line is, we got to demand better. Choose PT first. So most physical therapists should be able to help you. In most states here in the United States, you have direct access. So if you have an episode of low back pain, you should take that as a warning sign of, let's not have this happen again. Are there things that we should be doing all the time? I think so. These are my BoFlows. This is my nutritious movement. This is my Boga. So at the end of the day, right, Lexi? We want to stretch out. We want to keep things moving. And again, when you have that back pain, if you get non-specific low back pain, just know basically all those steps you took to get to that diagnosis through MRIs, x-rays, it's good to rule out more serious things because sometimes, very rarely, there are more serious things. But again, a trained physical therapist, a licensed physical therapist should be able to, through our very simple movements, tests, asking questions, be able to rule out more serious things. And that's where we're at. So demand better from your back pain. Avoid back pain always, if you can, but keep moving. Find a simple assessment. Avoid medications as much as possible. These are the big takeaways I want you to get. So at the end of the day, this is all coming back to choose physical therapy first. Do it.